biggest mistake was going back to writing is not having a script ready on standby. You talked about me being in Sundance. I was in Sundance, and based off of a short film I did, a film that was 5 minutes long, and fortunately, it did very well for me. A lot of people saw it, and a lot of people enjoyed it. And at one point, I did have representation from one of the biggest agencies out here, and they were, we were working together for a while. They were, trying to give me scripts, and they gave me a lot of scripts actually to look at, and unfortunately, a lot of them I didn't like. I turned down a lot of stuff because I just didn't like it. And after a while, our relationship kind of dissolved because I only had a short film. But I think the biggest issue was the fact that I didn't have my own script that I can champion and usher in for them to look at. And I think if you don't have your own project ready like that, then you're really dependent on what they provide for you, and it may not be a great fit for you. They would, the agency would send me scripts, a lot of scripts, and unfortunately, there were a lot of scripts that I just didn't like. It just didn't speak to me. And my, of course, biggest concern was doing a project that I wasn't 100% committed to, and for the movie to come out and for it to fail. Knowing that from the beginning, I never was really invested in the script in the first place, so that was a big concern of mine, And I think if I already had a script on standby, I think it would have been an easier transition in terms of doing my first feature. I think it would have, I'm sure it would have gone through some sort of development, but since they recognized my work as a director, they wanted to represent me. One of the biggest things that they would ask is, do you have a script? Let's check it out. So, perhaps. But the thing is, if it's not your property, then you kind of have say, but not a whole lot of say. It's a lot of hands that's touching it, and everybody is a chef in the kitchen at that point, and everybody has an opinion. So it's, I didn't, again, if I wasn't really into it, what's the point, Okay. I'm sure I turned out a lot of good money, but I don't want to do a film that's like, I don't want to name names, but, just doing certain films and it tanks because it's like, hey, I want the money. I'm chasing the money as opposed to chasing the story. Right. That resonates with me. So I didn't want to do that. I kind of did things backwards. I wish I would have started off as a screenwriter first and then did everything else after that.
Why is that?
Because everything starts with the script. You can't really do anything until you have a script. The script changes all the time. The script is written, what they say, 3 times. Once on your computer, once on set, and last time in editing. So it's always gonna change. But you want to start off with a solid foundation first. Things are gonna change, but you want to make sure that you're starting off with a good foundation. Because I always say you can make a bad film from a great script, but it's almost impossible to make a great film starting with a bad script.